What's up, everyone? My name is Rick, and over there in the sunglasses in number 23 is my 10-year-old son Rocco here at the Perfect Game Fall Super Regional NIT Tournament in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. We're in Henderson, Nevada, getting ready to face off against the LVR Las Vegas recruits here in the third game of pool play. After going 1-1 yesterday and allowing probably too many runs, we really need to go 2-0 today to guarantee our spot in bracket play on Monday. So we'll see how that goes, but thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll get started here when the game starts. Let's go. All right, it looks like both teams are ready and the umpire is ready. So Jet is stepping in to lead it off here for Team Southwest against the Las Vegas recruits here. Third game of pool play. Thank you so much for tuning in. Southwest really needing a 2-0 performance today, and here's the first pitch. That one is up and in for ball one. Here's the 1-0, swung on the hands, and that's going to bounce by the shortstop. So Jet's going to get a lucky spinny bounce and start us off getting on base. Here we go. Let's go Southwest. All right, Slade steps in now with Jet on first base. First pitch to him. Right there, strike one off the catcher's glove. And Jet is going to take second base. Good job, Jet. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and hit well. Left fielder going back. And that's going to bounce on the warning track. Nice hit, Slade. And they throw it in. And Slade's going to have a double. And Jet is going to score. So Southwest strikes first on the big hit from Slade. Attaboy. Okay, Liam steps in now with Slade on second base. Sees strike one on the first pitch. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air. And that's going to be foul, out of play. Here's the 0-2, up and in, ball. 1-2 pitch. Swung on the hands, and that is going to get up the middle. Slade went back, originally thinking it might be caught, so he's going to sneak into third base there on the wide throw. And Liam's going to sneak into second behind him. Let's go. Ivan now stepping in. Second and third with no outs. First pitch to him. Swung on, hit in the air. And catcher does make the catch there, so that is one out. Major steps in. First pitch to him, right there, strike one. Here's the 0-1. Just up, ball. Here's the 1-1 to Major. Up and in, ooh, gets him on the arm, ouch. He seems to be okay, shaking it off. Good job, kid. We got bases loaded. That brings in my 10-year-old son Rocco with bases loaded, showing bunt. And he pops it up, and everybody's gonna get back. Not sure why we're bunting there with bases loaded. Rocco, yikes, that's 2 outs. All right, 2 outs now. First pitch is up for ball one. Here's the 1-0 to Brazo. Swung on and missed, strike one. 1-1. Swung on and missed, strike two to Brazo. 1-2, down low, ball. 2-2 to Brazo. Swung on and missed, strike three. So Southwest only gets one, leaves the bases loaded. Gonna have to get 3 outs of our own. Here we go. Okay, definitely a missed opportunity there for Southwest in the top of the first. Did score one, let's see if we can hold on to that. First pitch, swung on, hit on the ground, over Slade's glove, but picked up by shortstop, thrown to first. And he is out there. Good job. 1 down. New batter. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Here's the 0-1. Just up. Ball. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike two. 1-2. Right there. Strike three. Got him. That's 2 outs. Good pitch. All right. Here's the first pitch. New batter. Fouled into the catcher. Strike one. 0-1. Curveball is rolled over, but foul. Here's the 0-2. Called, strike three, and they go 1-2-3, put up a 0. Good pitching, Slade. Now let's go get some more runs. Here we go, boys. All right, here we go, top of second. First pitch, up and away, ball one. 3-0 to Frederick. Finds strike one, inside corner. Frederick thought it was a ball. 3-1 to Frederick. Swung on, hit on the ground. Second base, boots it for a second, but throws, and they're gonna get him just barely there at first base. That's 1 out. Liam Young steps in now. First pitch to him. Up and in, ball 1. 3-1 to Liam. Low again, ball 4. Liam works a walk. Attaboy. Andrew steps in now. First pitch to him. Swung on and hit well. And that's going to be into left field. Right to the left fielder who throws 2. And they're going to get him at 2. I think Liam had to hold for a second thinking that might be caught, and that ball was hit so hard they were able to get the force out at second base. Nice play left field. That's 2 outs. First pitch, swung on, hit on the ground, right to the pitcher who gloves it, throws to first, and now LVR puts up a 0 in the top of the second. Southwest clinging to a 1-run lead. Let's go get 3 outs of our own. Here we go. Okay, bottom second, first pitch, up high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit in the air. And I couldn't see it. Sorry, it was not in the air that much. It's down into center field. The sun is really bad. If you can, where is it at? Right there. Sun's terrible for me right now. So that is a single there from LVR. Here we go. New batter, first pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. And where did it go? I don't know. Gosh, I couldn't see that ball either. I think it was over towards third. Not sure what happened, but that young man's on first base. We got runners on first and second. Sun's killing me, sorry. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground towards shortstop to second, and it's bad toss over Rocco's head into right field. That's gonna score 1, and runner's gonna go to third. Late, he was hurrying on the toss because it was late, and it went over Rocco's head. First pitch, shows bunt, and that's a strike, but the runner does take second base. Sorry on the camera. Man, the sun is killing me. Sorry, guys. Here's the 0-1. Called, strike 2, good pitch Slade. Here's the 0-2, up high, ball. Here's the 1-2, swung on, missed. Strike 3, that is 1 out. Good job, Slade, way to pitch. New batter, first pitch, up and in, ball 1. Gets by the catcher, runner coming, and it's gonna be late there. So that is 2-1 now. LVR takes the lead. They're looking third, and he is gonna be back safely. New angle because of the umpire there, but the sun's worse over here. There's the pitch and foul. 2-1, swung on, hit on the ground, dove off the glove of the shortstop, good effort. But that's going to be another single with an RBI, so 3-1 now, LVR. Here's the first pitch. Outside, runner goes. And he's going to be in there just barely. Takes second base. Here's the pitch. In there, strike 1. 1-1 pitch. Just off the catcher's mitt, and runner does take third base. Ivan was trying to come up with a throw and just didn't come up with the ball first. Here we go. 2-1, swung on, hit on the ground, and foul. 2-2 pitch, right there, strike 3, good pitch Slade, we got 2 outs. Here's the first pitch, down low, ball 1. Here's the 1-0, right there, strike 1, good pitch Slade. 1-1, swung on, fouled off of Ivan, ouch, he's down. Here's the 0-2, out. Away, ball. I think that might have been 1-2. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Slade gets out of it. Does give up 3 runs. Let's go get some runs back, boys. Here we go. My mic is coming off, but I'm going to have to wait to try to fix it here. First pitch to Jet. Up high, ball 1. Full count. Swung on and hit foul. Staying alive. Payoff pitch again. Swung on, missed, strike 3, that is 1 out. Slade steps in now, trying to help himself out. Maybe we can take another lead here. First pitch to him. Little breaker, finds the outside corner for strike 1. It's like a cut fastball. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, swings through it, strike 2. 0-2 pitch. Finds some barrel over the third baseman's head into left field, where they do pick it up. They're throwing 2, and Slade is going to hold to a single. Nice hit, Slade. Way to go. Here we go. All right, Liam steps in now. First pitch, he shows bunt, pulls back. Ball gets away, and Slade takes second base. Good job, Slade. Here's the 1-0 to Liam. Down and away, ball 2. 2-0. Swung on, hit on the ground, but foul. 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-1. And that is ball 4. Yep, it is ball 4. So he works a walk. We got first and second. Let's go. All right, Ivan steps in now. Runners on first and second with 1 out. First pitch. Check swing goes. Strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, poked in the air, and caught there in right field. Tagging from second is Slade. And they're going to get him there at third base. And that is 3 outs. Yikes. All right, so we make the last out at third there and score none. Here we go. Sorry, my camera took a long time to start up. Missed the first pitch, which was a strike here in the top of the third. Southwest trying to hold on to just a 2-run deficit so we can hopefully erase it. That one is hit to third, fielded nicely, thrown over to first, but thrown away. Runner's going 2, and he's going to be in there on the overthrow to first. Can't afford those kind of mistakes, boys. Let's go. All right, Slade is pitching great. Needs a little bit more backup from the defense here today. First pitch, shows bunt, misses. Strike 1. Pitch, bunted down the third baseline. He picks it up and no play. And it's fair. So he's going to bunt for a base hit. We're going to have first and third. First and third now. First pitch. Right there, strike 1. Pick to first. And it's away. He's going to get up and go to second. Run from third's going to score. He's going 3. Play. No, ball's late. Stopped by Major there at third, but runner from first gets to third, and that scores another run. Here we go. Here's the 0-1. Just up, ball. 1-1 pitch. Right there, strike 2. 1-2. Swung on, hit. Foul. 1-2. Swung on, hit in the air, deep. Center field underneath it, makes the catch. That is going to be a sac fly, score another run. Good job, center field. That was Jet making the catch there. Attaboy. Here we go. All right, new batter, nobody on now. Starts him off with a strike, I believe, on the outside corner. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit. And Rocco jumps and can't quite get his glove to it. Good try. I don't know if I got that on camera or not. He drop stepped and jumped, but just couldn't quite get there. That young man has himself a single. New batter, first pitch. Swung on, check swing. And that is going to go down into right field. No play at first, so he has a little check swing base hit that just finds a hole. CNI single. And LVR is proving hard to get out right now. New batter, first pitch. Right there, strike 1, good pitch, Slade. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded at third, thrown to 1. And they do get him, I believe. I think the runners do advance. Yes, they do. He didn't tag him. He had a tag play there probably. But that is 2 outs. 2 outs now. First pitch. Up high, ball 1. Here's the 0-1. Or 1-0, I'm sorry. Strike 1. 1-1. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Strike 2. 1-2. Swung on, fouled off again. 1-2 again. Curveball pulled to the shortstop who gloves it. Throws to 1. And that throw is wide. Another missed throw. Scores 2 more runs. Defense just falling apart right here in the 3rd inning, 4th inning, wherever we are. New batter, first pitch. Outside ball, and runner is going to take second base on the wild pitch. 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground. Shortstop gloves it. Throws over to first, and we do complete the out. Finally get out of it. Lots of work to do here at Team Southwest. Let's get a rally of our own. Here we go. All right, Major steps in to lead off the top of the 4th here. First pitch is up and away, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Down and away, ball 2. 2-0 pitch. Down and away again, ball 3. 3-0. Same spot, ball 4. Major works a walk. Here we go. In steps my 10-year-old son Rocco. Was asked to bunt last at bat and just missed it, popped it up. First pitch is down and away, ball one. Major taking second base there. Good job. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground. Fielded at third. Thrown to first, and they are going to get him. Major does advance to third. So a little productive there on the out, but rolled him over. 1 out. First pitch outside, ball one. Here's the 1-0 to Brazo. Swung on, hit in the air. And caught there in right field. Throwing home on the tag. And they're going to get him there. That is the second double play out of their right fielder. Wow, what an arm, what a throw. And Team Southwest fails to score here in the top of the fourth. All right, Jet into pitch now. Bottom four. First pitch is curveball, fouled off, strike one. Here's the 0-1, swung on and hit in the air, but foul out of play. 2-2, swung on and fouled off. 2-2 again. Swung on, hit on the ground, and that's going to get through into right field. He picks it up, no play at first. So that young man has a base hit for LVR, who keeps being tough to get out. Here we go. New batter, first pitch, right there, strike one, good pitch. Here's the 0-1, curveball, hacked on and missed. Here's the 0-2, curveball misses low and away. Ball one. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, missed, strike three. Good pitch, Jet. 1 out. New batter, first pitch. Curveball is off the plate for ball one. Here's the pitch. Up, runner goes, and if we catch the ball, he's out. Here's the 1-0 or 2-0. Low, ball three. 3-0 pitch. Down in the dirt. Ball four. Works a walk. So we got runners at first and second with 1 out. New batter, first pitch. Swung on, missed, strike one. 0-1, up and in, ball. 1-1, swung on, hit. Where is it? Not sure, it was caught. Oh, by third base. Gosh, the sun. Next game will be better. This sun is almost up out of my way, but I still can't quite see. So here we go. All right, new batter, first pitch. Curveball is hit. Up the middle, and that's going to be gloved by Slade. Thrown home, and they're able to hold him. So we're going to have bases loaded. Here we go. All right, new batter, first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air. Going for it is right field, and it is going to fall and get by. So they're going to pick it up, and that's going to score 2. We're going to be first and third as they throw it in. That is a mercy rule. That's a 4-inning, mercy. So Southwest, unfortunately, is going to go down here. Likely going to be out of bracket play after that loss. So we're just playing for pride later on today. Good try, boys. You know, you fought hard. Defense just didn't have it quite what we needed here today. And hitting, I mean, they played good defense. A couple of double plays from right field. So that's how it goes sometimes, you know. Tough competition. LVR is a great team. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave us some love. Like, subscribe, share our videos. Leave us a comment. We love reading them and answering them. And we'll see you guys next time for our last pool play game, probably our last game of the tournament. Here we go.